Lovely viewers, welcome back to the channel. Today's story will absolutely melt your heart and maybe even make you shed a few happy tears. Just when we thought Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo couldn't get any more adorable as new parents, something beautiful happened. Song Hye Kyo herself shared a rare and emotional video of her husband, Lee Min-ho, singing lullabies to their babies. Yes, you heard that right. The internet has been buzzing ever since, and fans can't stop replaying the sweet moment that captured pure love in its softest form. It all started when Song Hye Kyo surprised her fans by posting a short clip on her private family account, which was later shared by close fan communities. The video was barely a minute long, but those 60 seconds were enough to bring millions of hearts to tears. In the softly lit nursery, the camera panned to Lee Min-ho sitting in a rocking chair, gently cradling one of their twins in his arms. His hair was a bit messy, his eyes slightly tired, but his expression was filled with warmth and peace. And then he began to sing. Lovely viewers, imagine this. The world-famous actor, who once made us swoon with his deep, powerful voice on screen, now softly humming a lullaby under the glow of a nightlight. His voice was tender and soothing, every note filled with love. He sang a gentle Korean lullaby, a melody so pure that even the baby in his arms slowly drifted off to sleep. Song Hye Kyo, behind the camera, could be heard giggling softly, whispering, "They love your voice, Min-ho." And with a soft smile he whispered back, "I think I love this more than anything I've ever done." When fans saw that moment, they lost it completely. The comment sections across social media exploded with emotions. Some fans wrote, "He's not just a great actor. He's the world's best dad," while others said, "I never thought Lee Min-ho could look more handsome, but seeing him as a father changed everything." The clip quickly went viral, spreading across fan pages and international media. In just hours, it was being described as the sweetest video on the internet. Song Hye Kyo's decision to share the clip felt intentional, like she wanted the world to see a softer, more intimate side of their life. She captioned it simply with a heart emoji and the words, "Our quiet nights." That simplicity made the post even more powerful. It wasn't about showing off, it was about sharing love in its most natural form. Lovely viewers, one of the most touching details in the video was how Lee Min-ho looked at the baby as he sang. His gaze wasn't just proud, it was emotional, full of that deep connection only a parent could understand. You could see him swaying gently, whispering words between verses like, "Appa's here. Don't worry, my little star." It was enough to melt even the coldest hearts. Sources close to the couple later revealed that Min-ho often sings to both of their twins before bedtime. He apparently wrote one of the lullabies himself, combining lyrics about love, dreams, and promises. According to a family friend, every night, he sits in that same chair and sings to them. It's become part of their bedtime routine. Sometimes, he even falls asleep before they do. Isn't that the sweetest thing you've ever heard? Song Hye Kyo, who was behind the camera that night, later commented during a private chat with fans, "I wanted to capture that moment because it reminded me of how much love fills our home now. His voice makes the babies sleep faster than any song I could ever sing." Fans couldn't stop gushing about how lucky their twins are to grow up surrounded by so much affection. Lovely viewers, can you imagine that scene? The soft glow of a nightlight, the quiet hum of a lullaby, the sight of Lee Min-ho's gentle smile as he rocks his baby back and forth. It feels like something out of a movie, doesn't it? Except this isn't fiction. It's real life. And that's what makes it so emotional. After the video spread online, Lee Min-ho himself addressed it briefly during a fan interaction event. With a shy laugh, he said, "I didn't know Hye Kyo recorded that. I was just trying to help the babies sleep. But I'm happy people felt something from it." When asked what song he was singing, he smiled and replied, "It's a song I made up. I don't even know if it makes sense. But my babies seem to love it, so that's all that matters." That statement alone sent fans swooning all over again. The video also gave fans a rare glimpse into the couple's family dynamic. For so long, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo have been admired for their on-screen charisma and individual achievements, but this moment showed something deeper, a bond that has grown even stronger through parenthood. One fan beautifully commented, It's like watching two stars shine brighter together, not for fame but for love. Song Hye Kyo's post also had a second clip attached. A short, quiet scene of both twins sleeping peacefully after the lullaby, their tiny hands gripping each other's fingers. The caption read, "Safe and sound." That moment captured the peace that every parent dreams of, the feeling that everything is right in the world. Lovely viewers, doesn't that just fill your heart with warmth? It's no wonder people across the world are calling this the most wholesome celebrity moment of the year. It's not about luxury, not about fame. It's about something simple yet deeply powerful. Love, family, and the beauty of small moments. Even their friends in the entertainment industry couldn't resist commenting. One fellow actor wrote, "Min-ho always had the voice of a star, but now it's the voice of a father, and that's even more special." Another commented, "Song Hye Kyo's post made me tear up. It's rare to see love captured so genuinely." Lovely viewers, the response was so overwhelming that fans even started a hashtag. #MinhoLullabyLove, which quickly trended across social platforms. Under the hashtag, people shared stories of their own parents singing to them, their memories of childhood, and even lullabies from their cultures. It became more than just a celebrity moment. It became a movement of love and nostalgia connecting fans worldwide. In a beautiful follow-up, Song Hye Kyo later thanked everyone for their warm reactions, writing, "We didn't expect this to touch so many hearts. Thank you for sending love to our little family." And then she added a little heart emoji followed by a crescent moon, symbolizing bedtime, peace, and love. Fans immediately began speculating that the moon symbol might represent their twins' nickname, "Our Little Moons," something Lee Min-ho reportedly calls them at home. Lovely viewers, if you think about it, there's something so magical about how this couple continues to express love, not through grand gestures, but through the quiet, everyday moments that most people overlook. That short lullaby video said more than 1,000 interviews ever could. It showed us who Lee Min-ho truly is. A man whose heart belongs entirely to his family, whose fame fades the moment his babies rest their heads on his chest. Imagine, lovely viewers, after years of dazzling lights, movie premieres, and red carpets, his happiest applause now comes from the soft breathing of two tiny humans sleeping soundly in his arms. Isn't that just the most beautiful transformation? In the video, he didn't seem to notice Hye Kyo filming. His entire attention was on the twins. He stroked their hair and kissed their foreheads between lines of the lullaby, whispering things like, "Appa's here. Sleep well, my little stars." It was such a raw, genuine moment that even the usually composed Hye Kyo teared up while recording. You could hear her sniffle faintly behind the camera, her voice trembling as she said softly, "You're amazing, Min-ho." The comment section of the post instantly turned into a flood of emotions. Fans around the world began sharing how seeing Lee Min-ho like this reminded them of the power of love and family. One fan wrote, "I never thought I'd see Min-ho like this. His voice, his tenderness, everything just feels so healing." Another commented, "I watched this video 10 times and cried every single time. The way he looks at his babies shows what true love is." As the video continued, Min-ho started singing a gentle Korean lullaby that his mother used to sing to him when he was a baby. Hye Kyo later explained in the caption that it was called Byulbit Sori, which means sound of starlight. She revealed that it had always been a special song for Min-ho, something he had promised to sing to their children someday. That simple detail made the clip even more touching for their fans, who began calling it the starlight lullaby moment. At one point, one of the twins started fussing a little, letting out a small cry, and Min-ho smiled lovingly. Instead of panicking or handing the baby back to Hye Kyo, he just adjusted his arms and began humming a little louder, rocking gently side to side until the baby's tiny hand clutched his shirt and drifted back to sleep. The patience and calmness in his face revealed the depth of his love, not just as a father but as a man who had waited a long time for this kind of peace. Hye Kyo later shared in a follow-up story that the video was never meant to be public. She'd recorded it for their private family album, but after watching it together, Lee Min-ho was the one who suggested she share it. He reportedly said, "Let's show them what love looks like. Real love, not the one from dramas but the one we're living." That single statement made fans swoon even more because it showed how proud he was not just of his wife and kids, but of the life they had built together. The clip has since become one of the most viewed family moments online, crossing millions of views within hours. People from all over the world have used it as a reminder of tenderness and gratitude. Many new parents said it gave them strength during sleepless nights, while others said it made them believe in love again. But what truly melted hearts was the part at the end of the video, when Min-ho, thinking the babies were fully asleep, whispered softly, "I don't deserve this kind of happiness, but I'll protect it with everything I have." Hye Kyo didn't respond right away, but the video ends with her putting down the camera, walking up to him, and wrapping her arms around his waist as the screen fades to black. Lovely viewers, can you imagine the emotions in that moment? The way two people who had both been through so much, heartbreaks, public scrutiny, and long years of loneliness, now stood together, holding the very proof of their love. It's the kind of moment that doesn't just make you cry. It fills your heart with warmth that lingers long after the screen goes dark. And if you thought that was the end of it, you're mistaken, because a few hours later, Hye Kyo posted another short clip on her story, showing Lee Min-ho asleep on the couch with both babies cuddled on his chest. The caption read, "My world in one frame." It was short, simple, but powerful enough to make fans across the world burst into tears again. It showed that sometimes love isn't loud or glamorous. It's quiet, steady, and real. Fans are now calling Min-ho the nation's softest dad, with many joking that he just raised the standard for fatherhood. Some even said, "If my husband doesn't sing lullabies like Lee Min-ho, I don't want him." While others wrote, "This is the side of Min-ho we never knew we needed to see." And truly, it feels like this chapter of their lives is just beginning. The world can't wait to see more glimpses of this beautiful family. The laughter, the songs, the gentle nights where Lee Min-ho hums lullabies, and Hye Kyo watches with a love that words can't capture. Lee Min-ho, who had barely slept, walked into the nursery wearing a loose white shirt and pajama pants. His hair still tousled from the night before. Yet, even in that simplicity, he carried a softness that only fatherhood could bring. He leaned over the crib, his smile widening as one of the twins opened their eyes and cooed softly, and the other kicked their tiny feet in excitement. "Good morning, my loves," he whispered, his voice still heavy with sleep but full of warmth. Hye Kyo, trying not to laugh, whispered from behind the camera, "They're waiting for your morning concert." Min-ho turned around playfully, pretending to be surprised. "Oh really?" he said, chuckling. "Then I guess I should give them something special today." He sat on the small piano by the window, something he'd placed in the nursery when they first moved in. As he began to play a soft, gentle tune, Hye Kyo felt her eyes sting with tears once again. It wasn't just any song he was playing, it was the one he had written secretly during her pregnancy. A lullaby he had never shared before, not even with her. The song began softly, the melody wrapping around the room like a whisper of love. The lyrics were simple yet profoundly beautiful. "Two tiny stars, born of love's light, you are my forever, my reason, my night. I'll hold you through storms, I'll sing through your fears, and even in silence, I'll be near." As he sang, both babies turned toward his voice, their little eyes blinking in fascination. One of them even let out a small giggle that made Min-ho pause and smile in disbelief. "Did you hear that?" he said, looking over at Hye Kyo. "They're singing back already." Hye Kyo, her cheeks damp with tears, laughed softly. "They know their daddy's voice. How could they not?" The moment was pure, unscripted, and utterly breathtaking. It was like watching love take form through sound. The gentle harmony of his voice, the sparkle in Hye Kyo's eyes, the way their baby's tiny hands reached toward the piano. It was all a portrait of happiness so rare, so raw, it felt like something out of a dream. Later that day, Hye Kyo decided to share a small clip of that morning moment. The video showed Min-ho's fingers gliding over the keys, his voice calm and soulful, and in the background you could hear the soft laughter of their babies. The caption simply read, "He wrote this for them before they were even born. Now he's finally singing it to them." Within minutes, the internet exploded with emotion. Fans from across the world couldn't stop sharing it. The hashtag Lee Min-ho lullaby began trending instantly. Many fans said they had never seen such vulnerability from him before. An unguarded, loving side that made him even more human, more endearing. One fan commented, "This isn't just a lullaby. It's a father's love in melody form." Another wrote, "You can feel the sincerity in his voice. It's like he's singing to all of us." As the video continued to spread, something even more beautiful happened. Parents everywhere began making their own versions of Min-ho's lullaby, singing it to their children, creating a global wave of love and tenderness. Even non-fans admitted that the video made them cry, saying it reminded them of what truly matters: family, connection, and the small, fleeting moments that define love. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Hye Kyo and Lee Min-ho couldn't believe the reaction. Hye Kyo told fans during a live stream later that evening, "Min-ho didn't even plan to share it. He said, 'It's just something small for our babies.' But I told him, sometimes the smallest things touch hearts the most." She smiled softly, remembering how shy he'd been when he saw the clip going viral. He kept saying, "Now everyone knows I cry when they smile. But that's what makes him who he is. A man whose love is so big that it shows in everything he does." Then she added something that made viewers gasp with joy. "He's actually planning to record that lullaby properly," she revealed. "He wants to make it a song for parents everywhere, so they can sing it to their children too." The comment section of that live stream overflowed with excitement. Fans begged her to convince him to release it soon, with thousands of people writing messages like, "Please let us hear it again." And this song already healed so many hearts. Lovely viewers, can you imagine that? Lee Min-ho, the global superstar, the actor known for his powerful roles, now becoming a songwriter inspired by fatherhood. The same man who once commanded the screen with confidence was now using his voice to bring calm to little hearts around the world. And beside him, Hye Kyo, glowing with pride and love, supporting him every step of the way. As the day drew to an end, Hye Kyo shared one final picture on her story. Min-ho lying on the nursery floor, both babies asleep on his chest again, while his hand rested protectively on their backs. The caption was short but powerful. "He doesn't just sing them to sleep. He dreams with them too." That image alone broke the internet once again. It wasn't just a picture of a family. It was a picture of healing, of new beginnings, of love that had endured and blossomed beautifully. Fans couldn't help but comment saying, "This is what peace looks like, and they're the definition of love and light."